The Canaries win the Battle of Siouxland. Winnipeg walks it off for the second night in a row, and Kansas City wins a Slugfest in style. Welcome to the American Association Whiparound on this Thursday. What a Wednesday night we had last night. A couple of walk-offs, some close games, and a few series coming to an end as well. Let's start off the action in Lincoln, where the reigning champs would fail to score. Abdallah Aris for the Salt Dogs, 5 strong innings, just 5 hits, no runs, 4 strikeouts. He was followed up by 4 shutout innings from Zach Keenan as well. And offensively, Nick Anderson here in the bottom of the first with an RBI double. He'd homer as well later on as Lincoln wins 8-0. To Lake Country now, where Gary would bounce back in this series. Victor Nova with this 3-run shot into the beach in the second, and then later on in the fifth, Emmanuel Tapia out to center. It's an RBI double, and the Railcats would go on to win this game 2 6-2 and even the set at a game apiece. To Cleburne now, where the Dogs would stay hot. Leading off the game in the top of the first, Brennan Metzger with this shot out to left to put the Dogs up early in the top of the third. Josh Altman, the league's home run leader, would come up just short with this one, but it's a ground rule double to bring home a run and put the Dogs up 4-0. In the top of the sixth, with the Dogs up 6-2, Matt Botcher all the way out to the wall in center. 2 runs are going to come home to score. Chicago goes up 8-2. They're going to go on to win this one 13-5, and they have a 2-0 lead in a huge series in the East. To Sioux Falls now, Game 3 between the Explorers and Canaries, the rubber match between the Siouxland rivals. This is Kyle Kasser here in the top of the second with an RBI double all the way to the corner in left. The Canaries would bounce back. They're trying to bounce back after that big loss yesterday, and Jabari Henry is going to help them out here with an RBI single to left. The run comes in just in time to score. We'll go to extra innings now. How about this double play from the Canaries? 1 out at second, not in time at first, but it's in time at home, and that allows the Canaries to do this. Wellington Dotel with a slow roller to third. The play isn't made, and the Canaries walk it off. They're the first team to beat the Explorers in a series this season as they win by a final of 3-2. To Winnipeg now, King County trying to even the series, and they would go up early in the top of the fourth. This is Josh Allen ripping one all the way to the wall in right with the bases loaded. 2 runs would come in to score to give the Cougars a 4-1 lead. However, the third run here was gunned out, and that would be huge, as later on in the seventh, this is Jacob Bockley with a game-tying 2-run double all the way to the wall in center. Game would be knotted up at 4 runs apiece and would require extra innings for the second night in a row. As we go to the 10th, this happens. A wild pitch with the bases loaded, allowing Javion Williams to come in and score. The Gold Eyes walk it off in extra innings for the second night in a row by winning 5-4. Finally, to Kansas City, Game 3, the rubber match between the Milkmen and Monarchs, and Gabriel Cancel puts the Milkmen up early with this solo blast to the home run patio. To the bottom of the fourth, though, this is LJ Hatch bringing the Monarchs within 1 just between the 2 outfielders out to center, making it a 6-5 Milwaukee lead. Plenty of runs left to be scored, but we're going to go to the bottom of the 8th. How about Janishwi Fargas? A go-ahead bomb out to the patio. He knew it right away with some flair as well. The Monarchs win 11-10 and take the series. Here's your final scores once again from a wild Wednesday night. Kansas City and Sioux Falls clinch their series victories. Winnipeg does as well north of the border. In the East, Chicago now a game up on top over Gary, with Cleburne slipping into third and Milwaukee now below 500, 3 games back in 4th place. In the West, Sioux City still on top despite the series loss at 9-3. Fargo and Winnipeg tied up in 2nd place, and Kansas City still creeping up with their 6-6 record, 3 games back. Today we've got 4 games for you, 2 of which are already going on, so go to aabaseball.tv and tune into those. Otherwise, later on tonight, Fargo, Moorhead, and Lincoln wrap up their series at 7:05, and Game 3 between the Dogs and Railroaders at 7:06. Again, you can catch all the action today and tonight at aabaseball.tv or get your tickets at aabaseball.com. I'm Matt Yeazel for the American Association, where we play to win.